right, we are going to go ahead and continue our media availabilities. We're now joined by the driver of number 34 Dockside Logistics Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Thanks for joining us, Michael.
Thanks for having me.
Go ahead and open it up to questions. If you have one, please raise your hand, and we'll get a mic over to you. We'll start right here with Lee in the front.
Hi, Lee. I'm wonderful.
Lee Spencer, RacingVoice.com. Everybody else, we're asking them about the package and how it feels to have the horsepower pack. How was your first practice?
Yeah, it was fun. You know, we had the horsepower back, like you said, but a lot more downforce, and you had to really push yourself to go that fast. You know, you're just muscle memory, and you're used to having some lift points and brake points, and you just had to really push yourself. At least I did, to get that speed out of it. I mean, we're going around here so fast right now. It was fun. You know, I was joking with my crew chief, Drew Blickensurfer. He first run I felt pretty balanced, and then I looked at the speed and I saw I needed to pick up like a half second, and I said, oh, it's not balanced now. You know, when you got to push it that hard and take it to that next level, you know, it's fun to see if you can do it and push yourself to that point. Yeah, there's a ton of grip out there. You know, obviously the downforce is a big part of that, and cool temperatures this morning and cloud cover and all that. It's kind of like the perfect storm. But, you know, as we get rubber on the racetrack and as the sun sits on it during the day here, you know, it'll definitely get a little bit slick.
Yeah. We'll go in the back with the red shirt.
Hi, Devin Henry, Sports 360 AZ.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How about you, man?
Good. I think we talked earlier this year, right?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
man.
See? I got a good memory.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No. We talk about two questions, first of all. We talk about all the amenities here now for the fans. I want to know a little bit about you and your team. How has this change directly affected you and your team in the garage?
Well, we have space now to jack up our car, which is nice. You know, the old garages, you'd have to use a short jack because you'd be hitting the door of the guy next to you as you're trying to get your car up on scale. So just to be able to breathe a little bit and have all your equipment there and be able to work in a somewhat controlled environment is nice. You know, and for me personally, I was always worried about knocking a fender off, getting in and getting out of your garage, just because it was so tight. And yeah, so it's nice to have the space, and it's amazing, and it's really cool what they've done here at ISM Raceway. It's pretty cool.
And I know that you don't live here anymore, but is there anything when you come back to Arizona that you do that's special or something different than you don't do on a regular race weekend?
Yeah, Mexican food. I don't know if you guys know, but East Coast Mexican food really is terrible. And so being from the West Coast and being from here, you know, that's the one thing I look forward to the most is coming back and getting some good Mexican food, because you just don't get it in North Carolina.
We'll go to Wolfgang here in the middle, and then down here to Bob.
My friend from Germany.
Yeah, you have a good memory. Congratulations. Yeah. I want to go back to the first question with the added downforce. In principle, can you test it in a simulator before you go with a race car on the track?
Yeah, so you can, you know, obviously a lot of the manufacturers, all the manufacturers have simulations and simulators. So I was able to spend some time this week getting prepared. But the thing about simulator that you still can't duplicate is it doesn't hurt when you hit the wall. So you're a lot more brave on the simulator than you are in real life. The corners come up a lot quicker than they seem like in the simulator. So, you know, it's a very helpful tool, but nothing is quite like being on the racetrack in the race car.
We'll go to Bob.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. Are the faster speeds because of more downforce or the different tire?
Yeah, all the above. I think, you know, the downforce is a big part of it. I mean, it doesn't matter if we're at Martinsville, you still want more downforce. I mean, teams fight all day long to try to gain a few pounds of downforce, and we've stacked on a couple thousand. So we have a lot of downforce now, and like I said, it was fun. I had to really challenge yourself just to break through that. You don't have to slow down, it's going to stick. And so the entry speeds are pretty significant.
Are there any other questions, Chris?
I'll wait for it.
Chris Van CatchFence.com. Michael, I know you guys got started off the year on a good foot, but you guys have backed it up at Atlanta and Las Vegas were good qualifying runs, but you haven't had the finishes you want. What's different at Front Row Motorsports that has allowed you guys to come out of this box swinging with so much speed?
Yeah, so like you said, we've had great speed, qualified well at Atlanta, qualified well at Vegas, got a car in the third round at both mile and a halfs, which is really impressive for our group and our organization. And I think it's a combination of a really good offseason, expanding the 3 cars, which allowed us to hire some great personnel, and then just building momentum from last year. At the end of last year, we were starting to sneak into that, low 20s, teens more consistently, and we were able to carry that momentum into 2019. And obviously, this rule package is worked to our favor for now. And, that's the hardest part is the best teams are going to develop the fastest. And so we just got to be able to keep up, over this next stretch of 10 weeks as those guys are figuring things out. We got to stay right on them. Yep.
Go to Lee.
Lee Spencer, you mentioned Drew, and I saw the two of you conferring after practice. And what is it about the two of you and the chemistry? It seems like you guys are, just clicked right away.
Yeah. So I have, I'll be careful how I say this because I don't want to be one of your sound clips for this week. I've watched Drew from a distance for years, and I've pursued him the last 4. And, I just knew that that's the kind of guy that I'm looking for, personality-wise, fire, spark, leadership. He has all the things that I was looking for in a crew chief. And so when the team decided to move Derek Finley, my last crew chief, into the competition role, that's the first guy I asked for. And it looked like it wasn't going to work out. And, fortunately, things came together for us kind of last minute. And he's just got great leadership. And he's got a lot of fire, and I like it. That's what I was looking for. Yep.
All right. Are there any other questions? All right. Thanks, Michael. Good luck this weekend.